Hey guys, it's Ferdy. Let's get straight into it. This is me 5 years ago. At my fattest, I weighed in at about 130 kilos, which is 285 pounds, give or take. I stopped looking at the scales at some point, so it may have been more. Now this is me aged 51. That was the summer of 23, smashing the Fan Dance, which is a 15-mile load-bearing event in the Brecon Beacons, carrying a 35 pounds backpack up and down the highest peak in South Wales. This was a civilian outdoor challenge which follows the original British Army SAS pre-selection route, which has a pass-fail cut-off for candidates of 4 hours and 10 minutes, which I achieved on that day. How did I sort out my fitness? Grab a seat. Here's the 5-step guide of going from Flab to Fab. Now, everybody's different, just sharing my experiences here in case there's anything which may be of help to others. So, by all means, cherry pick the bits which may apply to you. 1. Cut the head off the snake. Identify your worst habit and get rid of it. Ask for help in doing so. Face your demons head on. For me, it was booze. I tell myself 2 drinks and then a blurry night and shameful morning would ensue. Whatever your vice is, secret eating, binge gaming, ordering too many food deliveries, it's time to give the worst one the boot. Pick one, give that one the boot, and in doing so, strengthen discipline. 2. Turbo boost your day-to-day activity levels. I got a bike and started pedaling to work. I ditched grocery deliveries and started walking to the supermarket every day and then carry it back. Dogs, best fitness pals ever. Okay, aim for 14,000 steps a day, which is a total game changer and a great way to strengthen discipline. 3. Start chasing your wildest dreams in the world of outdoor challenges. What gets your heart racing? If you're like me, it's getting out into the hills with a backpack and racing other people. Now for you, it can be doing an etap of the Tour de France, or running half a marathon, or a whole one, or swimming, or running, or combining some of these things and doing an Ironman. Start chasing those dreams for real. 4. Food and training, the dynamic duo. Yes, I turned into one of those people who logs everything they eat in MyFitnessPal. Boring? Maybe, probably. Effective? Absolutely. Keeping an eye on the calories I stuff in my mouth and how many I burn turned out to be the secret brown sauce, the garlic mayonnaise, the sriracha. Getting distracted talking about sauces. The 5th and final point, get your game face on and get competitive. It's on. Find role models to aspire to. Find peers to start racing. Because guess what? It's not just about taking part. Whoever told you that was probably losing a lot. Okay, winning feels good. We can't all win the race, but we can beat a pal. The first fan dance I did, this older guy was going as fast as I was. I said, wow, you're really hammering it, buddy. He goes, yeah, I'm racing my younger brother. I asked, how old is he? He said 74. I asked him afterwards, and he had actually beat him. And they race each other in outdoor challenges. Fit is... Okay, let's get into each of these a bit deeper. 1. Cut the head off the snake. I was overweight and unhealthy and I'd accumulated a number of bad habits. Now the worst one for me was alcohol. My relationship with alcohol was toxic. Now for you it may be takeaways or gambling or any kind of tempting habit which is doing more harm than good. And chances are you already know what it is. The target benefit here is strengthening discipline. To not do something you feel like doing. Now I could make an entire video about my struggle with alcohol, but for the purpose of today, to just keep things simple, and it was affecting my relationship with family, it was affecting my productivity, my health, resulting in guilt and shame. I tried cutting down loads of times, always failed. So I got help. I simply Googled help for people who think they drink too much alcohol, and I found gatherings of people with the same problem. And they're actually free, just apart from a voluntary contribution towards coffee or tea and room rent. And from that moment on, with help from others, I started dealing with that problem. I took ownership of the fact that I had a problem and I didn't keep it to myself. Okay, I ended up talking about it to my wife, to my kids. Now, did I relapse and make mistakes? Mate, more than I can remember or count. But I kept on it, I persisted, and by the end I got control back and I did get rid of that bad habit. Now, the temptation is still there today, but I feel I'm in control of it and I'm managing it. Gaining control over your worst habit is getting better at not doing something you feel like doing, which is 50% of the discipline muscle. The other half is doing something you don't feel like doing, which brings us to step 2. 2. Turbo boost your daily activity levels. I found areas of my life where I could incorporate exercise and movement, whether I felt like it or not, like getting to work. And a lot of people work from home nowadays, but if you have the opportunity to work from an office, or many of us still work full-time from an office, so I personally work from an office 3 days a week, and I incorporate movement in getting there by cycling to work. That's 15k each way, so that's 30 kilometers thrice a week, works out to 90k a week or 6 hours of low-intensity exercise. Another example is we cancelled groceries home deliveries. Okay, I've not had a home delivery for over 5 years. And my wife and I, one of us goes to the supermarket once a day, and obviously we alternate. Always on foot, okay? The benefits, you've always got fresh food, you've got a mostly empty fridge, you're getting your steps in. If you can get a dog, then get it and volunteer to walk it, okay? I get on average 14,000 steps a day. So all of these things are doing things you don't always feel like doing. So point 1, not doing stuff you feel like doing. Point 2, doing something you don't feel like doing, are both about building the same muscle, discipline, which is the most important muscle for fitness and health. There's something called super agers. Okay, these are folks who are over 70 who exhibit cognitive abilities, memory retention, and brain function comparable to that of much younger individuals, often decades younger. They're of significant interest to sort of neuroscientists because their existence suggests it's possible to maintain high levels of mental function into older age. And this brings us to the prefrontal cortex, which controls self-control, the ability to resist short-term temptations. And what they found is this is larger in super agers. You know, life is hard. The better you get at doing hard things, the better you get at life, and the longer you will be able to keep crushing it. Step 3, start chasing your wildest dreams. This is a really fun one. Find a challenge which excites you. For me, it is the first one I did was TSFE base camp event. Okay, I had spent some time in the Dutch Army National Reserves, infantry. I loved it. I sort of started missing it at an older age. So I like military themed challenges, but it could have been swimming, running. You know, it gives me that adrenaline, and signing up for a challenge provides me with a sense of urgency. So I've always got one scheduled for no more than 2 to 3 months ahead. 4, training and nutrition. In addition to the day-to-day low-intensity stuff, I do boot camps, park run, gym. So that works out to about 3 to 4 hours of vigorous activity a week. Nutrition, MyFitnessPal, or any sort of calorie tracking app. It's important to keep an eye on calories. For me, it's absolutely crucial. So when I feel like eating, I can quickly take a look. Is it because I actually need more calories or because I just have a craving? Then if I do eat, like how are my macros looking? So that's keeping an eye on your fats, proteins and carbs. The rule of thumb for protein is get a gram of protein for every gram of body weight. Now that works for me. Some folks don't like calorie tracking. I'm just sharing what works for me and what's been absolutely cornerstone to my weight loss journey. So I strive to have about anywhere between 300 and 500 calories deficit every day. Obviously, when you exercise, you earn bonus calories. And it works for me. 5 is another fun one. Get competitive. Choose role models. My challenges are load-bearing marches. I think because I used to be fat for decades, I'm built for got used to lugging weight around and I'm good at it. So that's why I chose ruck marching or tabbing or load-bearing events or whatever you want to call it. Jason, the founder of TSV Events, after my first event, TSV Base Camp, because that's sort of in general as a talk to the participants. Those of you who struggle physically, sort your fitness out, which is now the title of this video, because that actually inspired me to not overthink it. Sorting your fitness out is just a box to tick, a job that needs doing. Then fellow competitors like Lee and Chris showed me what was possible. I thought I'd like that, and 2 years later, this was me. Get competitive, get inspired by others' achievements, get involved. I often think about that moment when I first asked for help with my bad habits, alcohol. Somebody in that first meeting I went to promised me a life beyond my wildest dreams, and they were right. I mean, that meeting's over 5 years ago, but since that meeting I've got married, I've completed countless events, I've become a better role model for my kids, made lots of new friends, met lots of people. Basically that's it. Okay, so the 5 steps. 1, choose your worst habit and get rid of it. Tell people about it. Own up to it. Ask others for help. No matter how long it takes or how hard it is. And in doing so, learn how to not do something you feel like doing, which is 50% of discipline. Second step is the other 50%, which is doing stuff you don't always feel like doing. Find areas of your life where you can incorporate healthy habits without taking time away necessarily from your family or work. So don't take a car to the office, get a dog and walk it, cancel your groceries, home deliveries. Don't ever order takeaway food delivered to your home. Okay, if you want junk food, fine, but at least walk to the bloody junk food shop and get it. 10k steps a day is not enough. Okay, that will still keep you in the bottom third at outdoors challenges. Aim for 12, 13, 14,000 steps a day. I mean, for years now, I've done over 14k steps a day. 3, sign up for a challenge. Follow your wildest dreams when it comes to outdoor challenges. It can be anything. There's so much cool stuff out there. There's so many amazing providers. Then 4, train for that challenge. Watch your nutrition. 5, compete. Get your game face on. Follow people you admire. Interact. Join banter. Join communities and groups. Get results and get that life beyond your wildest dreams. I mean, doing this video inspired me to change the name of the channel to Hard Routine. Now, before I leave you, a bonus tip from my wife: avoid office treats. Tubs of sweets, treats, cakes, donuts, don't touch them, don't even have a small piece. It's highly processed, high sugar, nutrient-free food, and it's not a treat, you're at work. Like, save your treats for real treat times. So don't even have a piece, say no. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, and see you in the hills.
Okay.